Hey there, athletes. Coach John Ferry here from Team Wilpers. Excited as always to welcome you to your athlete briefing. Now for week 11 of our half marathon program and week 7 for our 5Kers out there. So we'll start with a week 10 review for the half marathoners. Starting the week with another hill run, as I promised, the last hill run of this program until your race day. So we had big sustained long efforts there at pace on incline. Hopefully you're feeling very ready to go tackle those hills on the half marathon course. Key run number 2, our goal race pace half marathon time. So these are big blocks of the half marathon pace that you actually plan to run at. I know we talked that might not be the exact pace that's listed on your pace calculator. This is the pace you plan to run at. So hopefully walking away from this workout, you are kind of have your plan made come race day. Finishing the week, of course, with our long run. This is the peak long run distance of this training block here in week 10. So make sure the paces stay easy, because I know many of you will still have this ahead for the weekend. But what I want you to be able to do is finish this workout knowing that you had much, much more to give, despite the fact that it's your longest run of this training challenge. 5Kers, we're in week 6 this week here. We had our threshold run to start the week. So it's just another progression of these workouts. We're spending some real quality time in zone 4, really putting up some good stuff here. VO2 max workout to start the weeks as run number 2. Similarly, we're advancing that workout with longer intervals of time at that tough, possibly near race pace. It usually falls somewhere in there between threshold and kind of that VO2 max pace for most people there. So hopefully it's starting to feel pretty familiar, something that maybe you could push at for 3.11 miles. And naturally, we're finishing the week with our endurance run. 5K is very much an endurance event, which is why we have so much of a priority on these endurance workouts. So make sure to keep it nice and light, but string together a nice, easy endurance run to round out the week. Another reminder, as we get deep into this challenge, to keep going into that website, checking the box, saying I did the workout, chasing that 100% completion percentage. It is the best way to put yourself in a position to be successful in both of these challenges. So keep going in there and chasing that 100%. Now let's go to our week 11 half marathon pace workouts, week 7 for the 5Kers here. So 5K group, we're going to start here. One more progression of both the threshold and VO2 max workouts, okay? So we're hitting the peak of our threshold program. So each of these workouts has moved you a little bit closer, a little bit more down the line, so that you're prepped and ready to really excel at this threshold workout here in week 7. So hopefully you're starting to feel pretty comfortable with this, actually, really starting to find some familiarity with holding that tough pace, taking relatively short rests and jumping right back into it, because it's really strong work over the last 6 weeks thus far. VO2 max workout number 2, similarly peaking our VO2 max progression here in week 7. So it's been a relatively short build of VO2 max, but there's still a few tips, especially coming into this workout, to be successful here. And it's 1, start controlled. You want to make sure you don't overshoot the pace early. The pace is tough, so you would want to kind of move up into it, get settled, and if you need to go a little bit faster, great. But overshooting the pace early starts to make the rest of the workout really be a struggle. Try to find that pace and really settle in. So it's a quick pace, but it's something at a 3-minute interval that is absolutely in your wheelhouse. You'll be able to hold, especially if you kind of ease up to it as opposed to overshoot it and try to back it back and bring it back down. So just try to find it and settle in. Really try to find the ease of it, even though you're working pretty hard. Really need to make sure that the recovery jog in between intervals are genuinely easy. Give yourself a good opportunity to fully recover so that you can go back into the next interval hard. So it doesn't matter if that pace drops below your actual easy pace range. It needs to feel easy and be easy in order to recover before that next big set. Naturally, our endurance workout to finish out the week. One more long run, always the best run of the week. Half marathoners, we're going into week 11 out of 12 here. We're going to ease it up a bit. You can sort of think about this as maybe the calm before the storm, perhaps. So we're starting with endurance runs in the week. We're entering a time where the window for training adaptation is closed. So getting rested is a little bit more important than trying to sneak in one more final workout here. So while it won't be all easy paced running all the way between now and race day, this week is going to be all easy pace. We're reducing volume, we're reducing intensity, we're absolutely staying active. So these are important workouts and you need to treat them as such, but you need to make sure they stay nice and low key. Long run also is backing off here. So we want to have our peak here in week 10. We want to back off in week 11. Usually I like somewhere around like 60% of max long run progression, but I don't want to see anybody doing more than about 90 minutes maximum 1 week out from the race here. So at this stage of the process, really what we want to be making sure we're doing is utilizing smart training tactics, being patient with yourself in the process, kind of choosing the path of less, which is very hard for some people, and then really starting to get excited for race day because it's coming up. It'll be here before you know it. Well, friends, that is all here for this week's Athlete Briefing. Thanks as always for tuning in. Can't wait to see you next week. Have a great one.